All right, listen up, you beautiful broken people. Gather round closer, I don't bite much. Tonight, we're talking about something truly delicious. Something that gets under the skin of those pompous, preening peacocks we call narcissists. Something that makes their perfectly sculpted faces twitch. Their carefully constructed worlds crumble. We're talking about leveling up silently. Narcissists hate that. Oh, it's a symphony of subtle destruction, a ballad of quiet triumph. And tonight, we're going to dissect it, piece by agonizing piece, for their benefit and our twisted amusement. Here are our 5 glorious points of psychological warfare. Ah yes, the invisible ascent. The first, and perhaps the most exquisite, cruelty we can inflict upon these hollow shells of humanity. You must understand the fundamental need of the creature we're discussing. The narcissist doesn't merely desire attention, they require it as a biological imperative. It is the fuel for their internal combustion engine, the very air they breathe. They are not real unless they are observed being great. Their entire sense of self is externally validated, meticulously constructed from the reflections they see in the eyes of their audience. That's you. By the way, you are their funhouse mirror, and they need you to constantly show them the best, biggest, most distorted version of themselves. So, when you choose the path of silent elevation, when you decide to polish your own armor in a dimly lit room, far from the floodlights, you are not just ignoring them. You are effectively cutting off their life support. It's an act of deep, existential defiance. Imagine their psychological torment. They are constantly monitoring their environment, scanning the horizon for rivals, for admirers, for sources of supply. And suddenly you, people, a character they thought they had cataloged, filed away, and thoroughly contained, start exhibiting a perplexing stillness. You are calm, you are focused, you are simply busy. But busy with what? This is where the phantom limb pain begins. They can sense the energy drain. They feel the shift in the ambient power dynamic, a tremor in the force that they usually control. You're getting fitter, acquiring a new skill, starting a venture, finding inner peace. Whatever it is making you less reliant on their chaos, less susceptible to their little psychological games. But because you are not announcing it with a drum roll and a press release, they have no quantifiable data to process. They cannot critique it. They cannot belittle it. They cannot appropriate it. A public improvement is a gift to a narcissist. It gives them something to compete with, something to subtly sabotage. Failing that, something to loudly praise and thus claim credit for. A quiet improvement, however, is a mystery, and mysteries breed paranoia in their fragile minds. They are forced to rely on inference, on subtle clues, a new confidence in your posture, a lack of reactive despair. When they unleash their usual drama, a sudden people, alarming disinterest in their incessant need for gossip, they start creating scenarios in their heads. Are they planning something? Are they finding a new source of validation that doesn't include me? Is their life getting better while mine is? Static. They are so conditioned to believe that life is a zero-sum game played entirely on their stage, that the idea of you quietly building a separate, superior stage is an intolerable affront. Think of it, their primary tool is external perception. If your growth is internal, if the improvement is solely for your benefit and not for their admiration, it becomes impervious to their psychological warfare. They can't attack what they can't see. They can't control what they don't understand. You become a black box of competence and self-sufficiency. This silent leveling is the ultimate act of taking back control. You are robbing them of their mirror, these civilized people, and when they look where they expect to see their reflection, they see nothing but a blank, terrifying void. And what is more terrifying than a void? A void where there used to be an audience. This, my friends, is the sound of their silent, gnawing dread. Ah, yes. Let us savor the second course of our psychological feast, the power of deniability. It is an elegant form of torture, truly. You see, the narcissist lives in a meticulously curated reality, one where they are the source of all good things and the victim of all bad things. They are the sun, and your achievements are merely the moon, reflecting their light. This is their sacred, utterly necessary delusion. When you achieve a genuine, undeniable success, a promotion, a major project finished, a personal milestone reached, and you have, with exquisite restraint, kept the celebration private, you introduce a poisonous anomaly into their perfect little universe. You deny them the opportunity to participate in the narrative creation. Had you broadcasted it, these civilized people, they would have rushed in, microphone in hand, to rewrite history. They would have claimed the idea, offered crucial advice. These civilized people perhaps just demanded credit for being the inspiration or the motivational factor. Their entire purpose is to maintain that they are the central axis of everyone's accomplishments. But when the accomplishment simply appears solid and real, without their fanfare or input, they are left sputtering on the sidelines. The vacuum is the void left by the missing applause, the missing public acknowledgement to them. You've won a medal, but you haven't displayed it on their mantelpiece. This forces them into damage control, and this is where the fun begins. Because they cannot praise it genuinely, and they cannot ignore it, they must distort it. They retreat into the twisted narrative. The minimizing begins. Oh, that award. It's just a regional thing. They give those out to everyone. Or the instant claim of causality. If I hadn't ridiculed you for that terrible first attempt, you never would have been motivated to get this far. They attempt to shrink your success to a manageable size, one they can easily dismiss as luck or a fluke, or better yet, one they can reframe as a direct result of their own masterful guidance or abuse. Point one. But this act of scrambling, this obvious forced distortion, is the real spectacle. Deep down in that tiny, terrified core of their being, they know the truth. They know you succeeded not because of their pushing, but because you finally figured out how to tune out their noise. They know that this piece of your life, this significant victory, is something they had absolutely zero control over. That feeling of being locked out, of watching you shine through a window they cannot open is agonizing for them. It's a silent, constant reminder of their relevance to your true self. The success is an independent variable, people a truth that exists outside their manipulative matrix. It is a secret handshake they don't know, a complex mathematical equation they cannot solve. They cannot claim it, and therefore, they must poison it. Your quiet triumph, therefore, isn't just a success. It's a haunting whisper in their grand opera of self-importance. It is the one discordant, true note that proves the rest of their performance is an artificial sham. And that is why they hate not being the punchline. Because in this scenario, they are the joke, and you, the quiet achiever, are the only one who truly gets it. The unseen threat. Ah, this is the good stuff. The marrow of the bone. You see, a narcissist is nothing if not a control freak. Their world is a giant, elaborate chessboard, and they must believe they know the exact value and movement of every single piece, especially yours. Their entire defensive and offensive strategy is built on knowing your weaknesses, your history, your emotional triggers, and your predictable reactions. They have an archive of your vulnerabilities, and they pull out those files every time they need a supply fix or a dramatic spectacle. When you decide to level up silently, you are not just ignoring them. You are fundamentally changing the rules of the game without telling them. You are developing entirely new strengths, new coping mechanisms, these civilized people, new boundaries that were simply not there when they last conducted their behavioral analysis. People, you might have found a way to stop seeking their approval, developed a robust sense of self-worth, or learned a new financial skill that makes you independent. But they don't know which one it is. You become an enigma, a sudden, unpredictable element in their carefully controlled environment. And to a narcissist, the unpredictable is terrifying. It represents a potential loss of power, a glitch in the matrix that they are the architect of. Imagine the paranoia. They'll try the usual tricks. They'll drop a passive-aggressive comment, and you respond with calm indifference. They'll manufacture a crisis, and you simply refuse to be drawn into the drama, maybe even stating, "That sounds like a problem you need to solve." They expect the familiar scream, the tears, the desperate plea for their attention, the predictable collapse that affirms their status as the powerful, superior one. Instead, they get a shrug, a smile, a sudden, unnerving resilience. People, your quiet growth acts like a psychological shield they can't penetrate. They can't find the chink in the armor because the armor is new, forged in silence and steel. They don't know the password to your new emotional firewall. They keep trying the old, rusted keys to your old locks, and each time they fail, their frustration escalates. It is the perfect, subtle escalation of terror. They realize with a chilling dread that the person standing before them is not the same pliable target they used to dominate. This new version of you is operating on a higher, more sophisticated plane, using rules they haven't been briefed on. You are now a variable they cannot control, a chess piece that has suddenly learned to fly. And what's worse than a foe you can't defeat? A foe you can't even categorize. The ambiguity drives them mad. Are you pulling away? Are you planning an escape? Are you gathering resources? Because their entire existence is one big psychological projection. They assume your silence means you are plotting something equally manipulative, but better. And that is the sweet, sweet taste of the unseen threat. They are paralyzed by the fear of the unknown power you now possess. And the best part is, they can never ask what it is, because admitting their fear would be admitting their fragility. Now we arrive at the exquisite crescendo, the fourth movement in our symphony of silent sabotage. The sweet sting of irrelevance. This point, my friends, is the most profound, the most fundamental betrayal of the narcissist core operating system. You must grasp the physics of their ego. A narcissist is a black hole of need. Their existence is predicated entirely on being the gravitational center of everyone else's universe. They don't just want your attention, they require your adoration, your envy, your fear, and most importantly, your validation. That validation is their oxygen supply. If they leap from a building and no one is there to scream and marvel at their audacity, did they even jump? For them, the answer is no. When you embark on the path of silent leveling, you are subtly, meticulously performing an act of decentering. You are shifting the axis of your own world. You are finding worth, purpose, and applause internally. You are creating success and happiness for you, and this success does not, I repeat, does not require their stamp of approval. This realization hits them like a sudden, unexpected drop into a cold bath. They try their usual antics, the subtle put-downs, the demands for time, the attempts to create drama, but now you are too busy. Not too busy in a defensive, angry way, but simply too focused on your own momentum. Their attempts to engage the old dynamic are met with a polite, even cheerful detachment. Oh, that sounds rough, but I need to focus on this new project. You're new. Self-contained orbit signals to them with horrifying clarity that their opinion is no longer the metric by which you measure your life. Their applause, which they previously hoarded and dispensed like precious diamonds, is now merely background noise, the chirping of an insignificant, distant insect. You are doing well, and you are thriving, and you are not looking back over your shoulder for their nod. You're not seeking their permission to be happy, successful, or whole. This non-reaction is pure venom to the narcissist. It means they are obsolete. People, it means their most powerful weapon. The ability to withhold validation and induce insecurity is now powerless against you. They lose their primary function in your life. They go from being the stern judge on the high bench to being a dusty, forgotten statue in the corner. What is more terrifying to a creature obsessed with status and self-importance than being reduced to a footnote, to be forgotten, to be rendered irrelevant? The fear of becoming a non-entity is their ultimate nightmare. Your silent, self-sufficient Ascent proves that a beautiful, vibrant life can exist, is existing, completely outside the suffocating confines of their control. You have cut the strings, and the puppet is now dancing for itself, and they can only watch, realizing that the spotlight has moved, and they are, for the first time, standing alone in the dark. And finally, we arrive at the fifth and culminating point, the glorious, lasting consequence of our quiet campaign, the erosion of grandiosity, when silence induces self-doubt. You see, the entire towering edifice of the narcissist's self-image is built on one singular, fragile premise that they are fundamentally superior to everyone around them. They hold this belief not through genuine accomplishment or character, but through constant comparison and the relentless devaluation of others. Your misery, your chaos, your struggle. These are all required points of contrast that make their own constructed perfection seem real. If you are struggling, they are succeeding. It's a seesaw of self-esteem, and they must always be on the high end. When you start leveling up silently, you deny them the necessary evidence for this constant comparison. You become immune to their attempts at generating chaos. You cease to be the mess or the problem child that makes them look like the stable, superior adult. Instead, your life begins to stabilize and thrive without their intervention or input. This is critical. You haven't just achieved a goal, you have achieved peace. People and peace is a direct attack on their carefully maintained illusion. Your newfound emotional resilience, your refusal to react, your calm handling of setbacks, people, your quiet happiness, shatters their narrative. If you are becoming objectively, demonstrably better, happier, and more successful, and they cannot take credit for it, minimize it, or claim you're still a mess, they are left with only one terrifying conclusion. Maybe they are the problem. The silence of your success prevents them from externalizing the cause. There is no external drama to blame, no rival to point to, no victim to scorn. All that is left is the contrast between your rising tide of competence and their own static, miserable, and often self-sabotaging existence. The quiet consistency of your growth is a steady beam of truth shining into the dark corners of their grandiosity. The usual defense mechanism, projecting their inadequacy onto you, becomes ineffective because your reality contradicts their lies. Your calm strength forces them to look inward, however briefly, however reluctantly. And what they see there, lurking beneath the mask, is the terrifying reality of their own emptiness, their own mediocrity, their own profound sense of fraudulence. This erosion of grandiosity is subtle, yes, but it's lethal. It chips away at their false self. It doesn't happen overnight, but every time they try to bait you, and you respond with calm indifference, every time they try to claim credit, and you quietly move on, every time they realize you've become a non-reactive force, that towering ego cracks just a little bit more. Your silent victory isn't about being better than them. People, it's about being better for yourself. People. And it's that absolute lack of external focus that utterly dissolves their power. You are not fighting them. You are simply growing past them. And that, my dear broken audience, is why leveling up silently is the sweetest, most devastating justice of all.